Welcome back to Level Up Your English. I'm Emma, and today we're going to learn English with a story. The title of today's story is The Golden Key. This story is perfect for A1, A2 learners. It will help you improve your listening, understand simple English, and learn new words in a natural way. So relax, listen carefully, and enjoy the story. Let's begin. The Golden Key. Lina lived in a small house near the forest with her grandmother. Every morning she helped in the garden. Every afternoon she walked in the forest with a little basket. She liked the trees, the birds, and the quiet paths. Her grandmother always said, "Do not go too far and come home before dark." Lina always said yes. One evening, the sky was orange and pink, and the forest was very still. Lina was walking near an old part of the forest where the trees were bigger and darker. There was one tree she had never seen before. It was very large, and its trunk was wide and twisted. Its roots came out of the ground like long fingers. Lina stopped. Something shiny was under the tree. She knelt down and moved the leaves with her hands. Then she saw it clearly. It was a small golden key. The key was old, that it was beautiful. It was covered in dirt, so Lina cleaned it with her dress. When the dirt came off, the key shone in the evening light. Lina looked around. Nobody was there. She picked it up carefully. "Who does this belong to?" she asked quietly. But the forest did not answer. She put the key in her pocket and hurried home. At dinner, her grandmother made soup and bread. Lina wanted to talk about the key, but her grandmother looked tired, so Lina said nothing. That night, she put the key on the little table next to her bed and went to sleep. In the middle of the night, Lina opened her eyes. Her room was dark, but there was a soft, golden light near her bed. She sat up quickly. The key was glowing. It was not bright like the sun. It was soft and warm, like a small star. Lina stared at it. After a few moments, the light became weaker. Then it disappeared. In the morning, the key looked normal again. Lina held it in her hand at breakfast. Her grandmother saw it. "Where did you get that?" she asked. "In the forest," said Lina, "under an old tree." Her grandmother was quiet for a moment. Then she said, "Strange. Do you know what it opens?" Lina asked. Her grandmother shook her head. "No, but old things in the forest are not always simple things." Lina wanted to ask more questions, but her grandmother stood up and began to wash the dishes. That afternoon, Lina went back to the tree. She looked around it carefully. She searched behind the trunk, under the roots, and between the stones nearby. She looked for a box, a door, a lock, anything. There was nothing, only leaves, earth, and silence. That night, the key glowed again, but this time it was brighter. Lina did not sleep at once. She stayed in bed and watched it. The light moved softly across the wall. The key looked alive. On the third night, the light was even stronger. On the fourth night, it was stronger still. Now Lina was sure of one thing: the key wanted something. The next day, she took it to the forest again. She walked farther than usual. She looked near the river. She looked between the rocks. She looked by an old broken wall that nobody used anymore. She even looked near the little hill where children said ghosts lived. Still, nothing. When she came home, she felt worried. What if it opens something dangerous, she thought. But she also felt curious. That night, she did not put the key on the table. She held it in her hand and waited. The room became dark and quiet. The moon was small outside her window. Then, slowly, the key began to glow. Lina sat up. The key was warm now, very warm. Suddenly, the light became brighter than ever before. It filled the room with golden color. Then something strange happened. The key pulled gently in her hand. Lina's eyes opened wide. It was as if the key wanted to go somewhere. She got out of bed, put on her shoes, and opened the window quietly. She did not want to wake her grandmother. Then she slipped outside and began to walk. The key was still warm in her hand. It seemed to pull her toward the forest. The night air was cold. The trees moved softly in the wind. Lina was scared, but she kept walking. She followed the path to the old tree. When she arrived, the key became hotter. Then it pulled her to the left, away from the tree. Lina followed. She walked through bushes and over roots. Branches touched her arms and hair. Owls called from somewhere high above. At last, she came to a small place between two stones. There was a patch of soft earth there. The key was shining brightly now. Lina knelt down. With both hands, she began to dig. The earth was cold and a little wet. She dug faster. Then her fingers touched wood. Her heart began to beat quickly. She cleared the dirt away and found a very small wooden chest. The chest was old and dark, but there was one small golden lock on the front. Lina looked at the key. Then she looked at the lock. Her hands shook. Slowly, she put the key into the lock. It fit perfectly. For a second, Lina stopped breathing. Then she turned the key. Click. The lock opened. Lina lifted the lid very carefully. Inside, there was no gold, no jewels, no magic stone. There was only a folded letter. Lina frowned. "A letter?" she whispered. She picked it up. On the front, there were 3 words: "For Lina only." Lina felt cold all over. She opened the letter. The writing inside was neat and clear. She looked at the first line and her mouth fell open. It said, "Dear Lina, if you are reading this, it means the key worked." Lina read the line again. Then she looked more closely at the writing. Her hands began to shake even more. It looked exactly like her writing, her own. She continued reading. You will not understand this now, but I am you. I am Lina many years from now." Lina's eyes moved quickly across the page. "Tomorrow, your grandmother will go to the market road in the rain. Tell her not to take the old bridge." Lina's heart pounded in her chest. She read on. The bridge broke. After that day, everything changed. Lina covered her mouth with one hand. The letter continued. "You must be brave." Lina blinked fast. Her eyes were full of tears now. At the bottom of the page there were 2 words. "With love, Lina." The next morning it was raining. Her grandmother was putting on her coat. "I need to go to the market," she said. Lina stood up quickly. "Don't take the old bridge," she cried. Her grandmother looked surprised. "Why?" "I had a dream," said Lina. "A bad dream. The bridge broke." Her grandmother was quiet. Then she smiled softly. "I will take the other path," she said. All morning, Lina waited. At last, her grandmother came home safe. "The old bridge broke this morning," she said quietly. Lina sat down slowly. "That was some dream," her grandmother said. Lina did not answer. That night, the golden key did not glow. It lay quietly on the table, a normal key again. But Lina knew it was not normal. One day she would understand, and one day she would write a letter to herself. That was the golden key. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you didn't understand everything, don't worry. Watch the video again, and you will understand more each time. Stories are one of the best ways to learn English naturally. If you want to improve your English faster, don't forget to subscribe to Level Up Your English. And I'll see you in the next video.